Hello students, this is Sir, your biology SME. Welcome to the MEMONEET. Uh, we are very thrilled that we have been receiving lots of positive feedbacks and comments regarding our NTA PYQ book. And for those who don't know what is this NTA PYQ book, here is a small summary. That is, our NTA PYQ book consists of all the questions which have been asked from 2019 to 2024. Since we know that the NTA has been conducting the NEET and since from 2019, so we have all the questions which have been asked from 2019 to 2024. So the questions have been segregated separately based on chapters, topics, and they're purely 100% based on NEET 2025 syllabus. And we have a clear and accurate NCERT textbook reference. So where you will get 100% NTA PYQ covering itself. So there are no additional questions that we have been asking. It even covers all the crisp answers as well as the detailed explanation. Hello students, this is Sir, your biology SME. Welcome to the MEMONEET. So as you all know that our NTA PYQ book is out and we have been getting a lot of positive feedbacks based on this book. So to those who actually don't know what is this NTA PYQ book, so this NTA PYQ book consists of previous year questions from 2019 to 2024. So as you can see that in market, you will get many PYQ books, which are good, obviously. But what happens is when you sit for the revision time, right? So you will be confused because there will be n number of questions will be asked, sometimes which is relevant to the syllabus and sometimes which is not relevant to syllabus. And even previous year questions, that is before 2019 questions will also be asked, which was being conducted by some else, right? But from 2019, since NTA has been conducting, it has its own pattern of asking question. So this NTA PYQ book, which is actually based on NEET 2025 syllabus, where we have both crisp explanation and detailed explanation, because in other books or wherever you go, you'll have a explanation directly, which is good, but you don't know from which page or from which topic the question has been asked, right? So but in our NTA PYQ book, you will actually get a which question and from which year it has been asked. So you will also get a crisp explanation, then a detailed explanation of it. Not only that, you will also get the tagging of from which chapter it has been asked, from which topic it has been asked, and in which page number you will get this topic. Okay. And not only that, here is some extra information, that is, we have a video solution for each question. So there is a scanner. If you scan them, it will directly take you to our app or directly take you to the YouTube, where you will get each video solutions for each question. So this is another speciality regarding this NTA PYQ book. Not only that, you will also get to know what kind of question it is, whether it is statement based or whether it is assertive reasoning question or whether it is directly asked from our NCERT textbook, or everything has been covered. And detailed chapter wise and topic wise explanation also you will get. Not only that, you will also see whether if some deleted topics are there has been removed, and if newly added topics are there has also been referred and it's also been added in this textbook. So it is completely a kind of guide for your exam. So you will have an analysis of what kind of questions might come in your NEET 2025, right? So if you refer this, it is useful not only for your competitive but also on your theory aspects, because in the detailed explanation we have explained it very beautifully that you can also refer those answers for your theory. So this is somewhat the speciality of our NTA PYQ book. If you want to order this NTA PYQ book, please join our Telegram channel and I'll get all the details. And phone number has also been, placed in the description box. Yeah. So today lecture, we will be concentrating on the reproductive health in this video. So yeah, in this video, we'll be discussing about some basic aspects about the reproductive health, like what exactly the reproductive health means, and what are the strategies and what are the issues that we are facing regarding the reproductive health, and in what strategies we can come up regarding the reproductive health. See, according to the World Health Organization, that is the WHO, the reproductive health means the total well-being in all aspects of reproduction, that is physical, emotional, behavioral as well as social. That means, therefore, what happens is when we are in society, right, we have to be stable. That means if I need to say that, okay, this person, that person is uh, his or her reproductive health is good, especially when talking about the female, the reproductive health is good. So, in what aspects, in what basis we can say that the person's reproductive health is good is based on their physical, emotional, behavioral, as well as social circumstances. We can say whether the person's reproductive health is good or whether it is not really good, right? So, one aspect is where we are in a society where the society with people having physical and functionally there should have a normal reproductive organ. Okay, so there should be no complication, they should have a normal reproductive organ and normal emotional and behavioral interaction among themselves, like among them. That is, if there is any sex related aspects is happening, therefore there should be a proper, that is normal emotional and behavioral interaction should happen when there is a sex related aspects. So then it could be called it as reproductive health. In a very standard form, when I'm talking about health, obviously there is a problem. So whenever there is a problem, we should come up with some strategies to tackle that problem. So when I'm saying about the reproductive health, obviously there are certain problems which is related to the reproductive health. Then there are even certain strategies. The strategies could be like made by a common people or from some agencies or government means regulations and all. So we are going to look on that aspects. India was amongst the first country in the world to take that initiative in the national level regarding plans, programs about the reproductive health, so that to attain a proper social goal, okay, regarding tackle these reproductive health issues. So these program was actually called as family planning. Okay, so the program was actually called as family planning, which was been initiated in 1951, which is again very important. Okay, this has been initiated in 1951. So where periodically, they have been changed or altered, but they year to year based on some additional or deletion and all. So when I'm talking about the reproductive health, so we have a proper agenda here. So that is RCH program, that is reproductive and child health care programs were being taken. So why this program was been given, why this program was been taken is to create an awareness among the people about various reproductive related aspects. So it could be the health issues, it could be some misconceptions regarding the reproduction or during the delivery and all. So to come up with these things, to facilitate and provide a very good infrastructure, okay, to build up a reproductive healthy society. So these were the major tasks which were taken under this program, that is reproductive as well as reproductive and child health care. Okay, so they might ask you like some statement based question, then they'll give you some proper statements or some options and they'll ask you to choose the incorrect among them or correct among them. So when there comes like reproductive and child health care, you should always remember that. So this program was to create an awareness among the people about various reproductive related aspects and providing a proper facilities and supporting or building up the reproductive healthy society. So they were the major task which was under this program. So how did they implemented this? That means they have actually taken a support of media, that is audio visual media, that is nothing but TV, radio, as well as newspaper. With the help of this, they try to create awareness among the people. They try to reach out to the common peoples, every people in the nation, and with the help of some non-government agencies also, they took up various steps to create the awareness among the people about the reproductive related aspects. Then another major thing that came was to introducing a sex education in schools, colleges, universities, that is sex education. So why the sex education is very important? Because it should by implementing the sex education, it will encourage the especially the youngsters. They give a right information to the youngsters so as to discourage the children's for believing some blind beliefs or myths, okay, some having misconceptions regarding menstrual period or sex related aspects and all. So to overcome these aspects, this sexual education, reproductive education is very important. For example, many of the female, they don't know what exactly the menstrual cycle is, and at their very first period, what happens is they will be very worried, they will be scared. And same thing goes to man, because even boys, they are not apart from this, because we guys, we even don't know when actually the very maturity starts. Maturity is like physical appearance, that's fine. So what actually changes happens internally, we don't know. So by giving a proper sex education to both boys as well as girls from their during their teenage itself, so that will give them a proper knowledge about what is right, what is wrong, and what need to be done instead of going in a wrong way. So, by giving the proper education or information about the reproductive organs, then adolescence, what happens, what minor changes that occurs during your adolescence, and related changes during that period, okay, and safe and healthy hygienic sexual practices, and even giving a proper knowledge on the sexual transmitted diseases like STD, AIDS, their disadvantages, their dangerous symptoms, what all happens if a person is having this STD and all. So by giving these education would help people, especially those who are in adolescence age group, to lead a reproductive healthy life. Because during this age, if they don't know these basics, they will definitely turn into a very wrong route. Right. So another thing is when we come, so this was all basic about children's and all. So when it comes to adults, what happens? Educating people, especially about the fertile couples, about especially to the fertile couples and those who are being marriageable age group, that is, who are in the age of getting married. Right. So what do you need? What exactly the education that we are providing then about the availability of the birth control options. So if they still want to have sex or something, but they don't want to have baby, so there are certain, birth control options are there. By using that also, you can actually somewhat like you can actually neglect some of the unwanted pregnancy, and also you can actually stop some unwanted pregnancies. So even by giving a monitor like even by monitoring a proper care, by giving and monitoring a pregnant mother, then taking care of a mother like before her pregnancy and after her pregnancy, that is, and even the children. So by giving awareness about importance of the breastfeeding and equal opportunities for both male and female children's, bringing those awareness to them, so these would address an importance of bringing up social consciousness about the health, okay, and the healthy family of the desired size. This is one aspect. And other aspects is awareness of the problem due to uncontrolled population growth. So if a proper population has not been taken out, like if you are not having a proper population, so what happens due to uncontrolled population, what are the disadvantages and what are the problems that people are going to access up with, and they're going to face up with. So those, bringing up those education to them. Then social evils like sex abuse and sex related crimes, like if she is a girl, then before, if a baby was a girl, they used to kill in the hospital itself, or sometimes they used to torture mother because they used to think that mother is responsible for the sex of the baby. But like if we are a science students, we know exactly what exactly, who is responsible for the sex of the baby? Father. But our ancestors, they had no idea on this thing, so they used to believe that mother is responsible for the sex of the baby. If they are very lucky, and then they will be getting the boy child. If they are not lucky, then the female girl. So this is what the mentality they had. Okay, so coming out from this mentality and taking up such necessary steps to prevent them, and thereby building up the social responsibilities and healthy society is very important. Then another important thing or aspect is successful implementation of various action plans to attain the reproductive health, which are required for strong infrastructural facilities, then professional experts and material supports are required. So in order to implement these kinds of various actions, strict plans, rules, regulations in the society, so these are essential. Why they are essential? They are essential to provide a medical assistance and care to the people in reproduction related problems like pregnancy. It could be the delivery, or it could be STD or abortions related or contraceptives, then menstrual problems or infertility, etc. So that is implementation of these better techniques and new strategies from time to times are also required. With advances, you will get an advanced technology and all. So this is also very important. Then sex determination was one of the very biggest issue that happened before. So what normally used to before people used to do is, so there was one specific method. Okay, so say like amniocentesis. So it is something that where we normally use them for sex determination. So why this was very important? Because there was certain a time. So in this test, what we normally used to do is in amniocentesis, some amount of the amniotic fluid, okay, which was actually been developing, which has been present in the developing fetus, has been taken, and there whatever the cells, right? So their fetal cells were been analyzed, like they analyzed the fetal cells and dissolved substances their presence. So by using this thing, they were able to detect some certain genetic disorders such as Down syndromes, hemophilia, sickle cell anemia, and many other syndromes. And also by this, they were able to detect the survival rate of the fetus. So that's why this test was majorly used. But with time to time, what happened is it was misused. Okay, it was unlegally it was misused. So instead of searching, instead of detecting the diseases, whether the baby is having a disease or not, so they started to detect the sex of a baby. So whether the baby is male or the female. So for that thing they started detecting it. So in that way, before itself they were getting to know if it is a female, then they used to kill the baby, that is female child. So in this way, again what happened is it was misused basically. So again a strict rules were needed, and they were necessary to bring up with the strict rules in order to avoid this, in order to stop this. And another thing is we had some like CDRI, which is nothing but Central Drug Research Institution, which you will be finding in the Lucknow. So they developed a certain contraceptives for the female, a new oral contraceptives for female that is called as Saheli. So in order to decrease the rate of the pregnancy, in order to minimize the rate of the pregnancy, so the Central Drug Research Institution, they come up with some new oral contraceptives, tablet kind of thing for the female. So another thing is better awareness about the sex education, sex related matter, increased number of medically assisted deliveries, and better postnatal care. That is, during delivery also, sometimes due to unknown reason or not taking up initially a proper step also. So that could lead to the death of a baby or even mother. Okay. So before delivery itself. That's why. So with the proper precaution during medically assisted delivery also, we can bring up the awareness to the people. So why, while delivery, you should actually you follow strict rules and regulations, something like that. Then taking care of mother during her pregnancy and after the pregnancy also. And this all things, this all aspects can actually lead to decrease in the maternal and infant, that is mother as well as baby death rate. This is one point. And increased number of couples with small family. That means, so by providing a proper education to the couples regarding the advantages of having proper small family, like having one or two child instead of having dozen children. So just by bringing up this kind of education to those couples also could um minimize some poverty things and some other crisis that people could face in future. Then better detection and cure of STD, and overall increased medical facilities for the sex related problems, etc. So all indicates the improved reproductive health of a society. If these all things are being implemented right, so these indicates that a society is actually healthy. That's what they're trying to say. So these are some of the basic aspects of reproductive and reproductive health. And if there are some issues and strategies or implementation in what we can come out from this, reproductive health problems and all. So this was actually somewhat basic aspects of our reproductive health. And in coming videos, I'll be discussing even in detail about the reproductive health. Thank you.